Port cloning.
Yes.
Do it to me one more time.
Daddy, I'm wearing my pigtails.
All right, so we are streaming the audio right now. With the
So they heard all that conversation.
They can hear us.
They heard the Britney thing. That's about it. They heard
They heard everything we said before.
Stop talking about the audience, guys. They're here.
All right, so I think we're
Can't
good.
believe I have to do this again.
Well, then maybe I shouldn't read one of the letters from beyond. I don't know.
Look, Gabe, if you just stick to the script like you're supposed to. Oh, crap. They can hear this.
Oh, crap. Yes, this is all fiction. It's all real. All right, so we're going to go live.
So don't stick to the not script that you currently do not have in front of you,
I
Gabe.
got to turn down my fan.
You've been warned.
Do what I
It's
want.
hot in here. Or is it just Brian? I don't know.
I was gonna say, do
He's
you
looking
guys
at
just
his
sit
phone.
around like without your pants on to keep cool, or what? You know,
You don't think it's
I
cool?
never hear I never hear air conditioning. Never hear fans. You guys have to be like very hot.
I'm in a basement,
Thank
so it's
you.
always
Thank
you. Back, you wanna
fairly
sleep?
evenly temperatured.
All right, we are live video now.
Oh.
Looks all good.
So what's your address, Matt?
Well, if you really want to know, it.
All right, let me get my taco fish centered
know.
here for everybody. Everybody loves my taco fish, don't you? There we go. Nice.
I love you, fish.
All right, let's get this sucker going since it's early Sunday morning. Welcome to the Lovecraft tapes. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a horror role-playing game based upon the fantastical fiction of H.P. Lovecraft. Your investigators of the unknown are Brian, as Jack Whiteside in Dan Williams' body.
What the hell? I used to be well endowed.
Gabe, as Roy Arroyo in Declan McDonough's body.
I don't know how to do a Scottish accent.
That's okay, neither did Declan. And Matt, as Rocky Arroyo in Jack Whiteside's body.
Curiouser and curiouser.
With special guest Zach as the prisoner.
Ooh.
Sadly, I don't have a second body to jump into yet.
Yet.
We'll fix that. Don't worry.
Yeah. Just wait it out. You'll be fine. All right. Well, welcome, players. How is everyone today? I know it's early. We're recording on a Sunday morning, and I know Matt is particularly pained.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Hi.
Boing.
Okay, who's Zach's playing? We didn't clap, Jeremy.
Oh, we didn't clap? Okay, let's clap now, just for funsies. On three.
Just for the clap.
I can reverse clap. On three. One. Zach, are you still there, buddy?
Yep, still here.
Okay. On three. 1, 2, 3. So on video, that looks like a big cascade of claps. So yeah, I can
We'll fix it in post.
I can reverse it as long as we have a point of reference. I can in the audio take care of that. No problem. So let's do this again. So how is
You're
everyone this
welcome.
morning?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm dandy. I was up at 7:30, and just had to take care of some body issues.
Oh.
Had a little bit too much jalapeno jelly yesterday.
Oh, Jesus.
No one wants to hear that, man.
Well, it's we're all human.
Did you get your English muffins ready this morning? Is that what you're telling us?
No, but I did take some homemade zucchini bread and slice it up and put it under the broiler, then melt some butter on it and put a little bit of blackberry preserves on it. Does that sound okay?
So in other words, you're going to have to dismiss yourself halfway through?
Colon blow. All right. Well, let's take a moment to read some letters from beyond.
Yay.
On Facebook, Pierrot LaRouche, hopefully I got that right, Pierrot LaRouche, says, just discovered you guys, awesome stuff. Finishing the My Life arc. I must say, it is really my favorite to date. They were all great, though.
It's not just me, guys. Everybody else is here, too. Right, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's going to be one of those. On Twitter,
I'll do it.
Alignment Unknown Podcast at AU_podcast says, a lot of love for you guys. Just finished Lights, Camera, Chaos. That's chapter 1. And very much looking forward to downloading the rest.
Nice. Well, it only goes uphill, quality-wise, microphone-wise. So enjoy.
Uphill in 6 feet of snow, barefoot both ways.
Until I start recording in the middle of the woods at night, and then it goes downhill real hard.
Super hard.
Gross.
And finally, on Twitter, Upside Down Sam Porter says, and his handle is at Macho Nacho 88. You might want to keep that in mind,
Nice.
Gabe. He says, I've been listening to Lovecraft tapes on Himalaya app, and I'm finally all caught up. I was pretty surprised in episode 47 when they mentioned my place of employment, but not as surprised as I was when I started listening and found out that one of the characters who ended up going missing happened to have the same name as my uncle. Thank you guys for helping me to ironically maintain my sanity at work. Roy is my favorite character, but I think it could be very interesting to see one of the other players pick up that comically obstinate playstyle.
Let's all do it. All of us.
We'll never get anywhere. We'll just sit around arguing for 45
We'll
minutes.
just shoot each other's guns out of each other's hands.
It's a Truxican standoff.
Right. Right, Matt?
Yep.
It's like a bad John Woo film.
Not enough doves for that, Jeremy. We need more
You
doves.
can tell this guy doesn't like Matt.
And isn't Roy just the only main character? The rest of you guys are just there as sidekicks.
Yes.
Well,
We're just
Right.
figments of Roy's
Surviving
imagination.
character, right?
that's what I was going to say.
We're a fever dream for the last.
There is
He's
only
already
Roy.
in the sanitarium.
Yeah, there are no old ones. There are no other characters.
Don't give the keeper any ideas.
No NPCs. Only Roy.
Right, Roy?
Yeah,
Welcome
right.
to the Only Roy podcast.
The Roy cast. Now, listeners, did you know that we have the greatest Patreon supporters in the world?
I did.
Picture, if you will, longtime friend of the podcast, Chris Parker, who recently stepped up and provided us with a new theme song, which you'll hear on this latest chapter. I love it. It has a Carpenter meets Goblin kind of vibe. So if you dig this new music, please reach out to Chris Parker on our Discord server and let him know you appreciate his talents. Meantime, if you'd like to be more like Chris and support our podcast, head over to patreon.com/Lovecraft tapes, where you can join at different tiers to get rewards like access to special episodes and one-shots.
Shot.
And did you guys enjoy the new theme song?
I thought it was amazing. Yeah, I really liked it.
It's going to be great to get that out to everyone else so they can enjoy it just as much as we have.
I'm going to set it as my ringtone.
And I've definitely listened to it and pay attention to my notifications.
Social media, Gabe.
All right.
Coming fall to NBC.
Now the fun part. Before we begin, we need to take a quick commercial break. All right, guys, let's roll D100. I rolled a 70.
I rolled an 11.
I rolled a 6.
And that's all we
Thinking
get.
about rolling.
Do I really want to? I'm not sure. Maybe I will. Okay.
Work. I rolled a 6 and a 53.
So we add those two together.
Yeah, that's 536. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So it's going to be me and Zach. So we'll do that.
Nice.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Have you heard the latest?
I have heard lots of latest, but what do you have for me?
Well, there is this new men's underarm deodorant on the market.
Oh, I'm always looking for some.
Why do you think?
No, but close proximity to others.
Well, take a whiff of this. What's that smell like?
That's actually kind of sexy.
Well, then you're in luck because this is sexy Lovecraft underarm stuff.
Does it have any side effects?
Oh, plenty. Yes, there's the deterioration of muscle and bone underneath, the eventual appendage rotting off. But other than that, really, after that, you don't really need to even think about using underarm deodorant anymore.
Do they have any like waterproof that might also give you gills at the same time?
No, that's the other side. You're thinking of our competition. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
They outpace us 2-1 in the market. We're just trying to get in. We figured if we rotted off their gills, that would probably just widen the market for us a bit. And also, we sell surgical tape that will cauterize those wounds, so it's sort of a win-win.
It's all about branding.
Exactly. So get yours today. That would be Lovecraft underarm stuff. Now in what's a good flavor? Now in persimmon. Yeah.
And do they have a delicate kind for our ladies out there?
No. And we're back.
Oh my God.
My favorite thing about that product is that it's sexy.
Yeah.
Well, we
that's-
all know that sexy products sell.
My second favorite is that it's sexy.
Sex
First is
sells.
that I don't have to deal with arms anymore.
I don't know about you, but I already ordered like 6 or 7 cases of that from Amazon. It is on its way via drone right now, and I'll know it's here when there's a sudden giant hole in my roof from the drone.
That's how you know it's working.
Yeah. How else am I supposed to know if drone delivery is working if they don't drop it straight into my house?
Well, guys, even though I live in the boonies, I've been trying like hell to order this product and or service. I mean, I've been on the phone, searching the internet, even trying Semaphore. So far, I haven't been able to reach anybody. It's like I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, man. And it's going to get a hell of a lot worse before it gets any better. Wait, somebody's at the door. Oh, it's just Gary. And he brought me one of those things. I'm good now. Carry on with the show.
Oh.
And
Where's
are you
Gary
trying to
for
say
mine?
you live in Canada?
More like the Antarctic.
Bum, bum,
That was a Thing reference.
Which thing?
I don't expect very
Your
many
thing,
people
my
get it.
thing.
The stuff?
The thing.
Your
Oh,
thing,
the
thing,
original
thing.
thing? Yeah.
That was awesome, guys. That was really good.
So much better.
Yeah,
than the
it was.
remake.
It was.
Now, dear investigators,
Bruh.
we continue chapter 9, bruh. Leapfrog. Previously on the Lovecraft Bros.
Love crap, bros.
Jack is stunned to find he is trapped in Dan's body on yet another island, with Dagon cultists running around preparing for a ritual that he's supposed to conduct in 3 days' time.
I got this.
Even more shocking, it seems his old boss, Assistant Director Sharon Skinner, who went missing from the FBI a while ago, has joined the cult for reasons yet unknown. Jack barely manages to conceal his true identity when Skinner's suspicions are aroused and wonders how much longer will he be able to pretend he is Dan. Meanwhile, Roy awakens to find he is handcuffed to a pylon in some dark, greasy engine room. His feeble attempt at lockpicking fails, so he resorts to yodeling for help. Rocky awakens in a ship cabin, whereupon he discovers he is trapped in Jack's body, which causes him to very crudely perform a scene from John Woo's Face Off. Exploring the haunted hallway outside the hatch, he hears his brothers calling for help. The brothers reunite, none too happy to see each other, though both are aware something feels off about themselves and one another. Rocky drags his sibling back up to the cabin, where Roy discovers he is inhabiting Declan's body. Jack,
Dan.
you exit Skinner's tent, breathing a sigh of relief. That was a close call. You reflexively smack your forehead and grit your teeth. Why the fuck would you call her assistant director? Dan would have never called her that. Only her underlings at the bureau would have used that title.
Honestly, I would have just called her that bitch Skinner, but
So much for your undercover training. Slowly, you regain your composure. Heartbeat slows. Breath returns to normal. You feel the flush leave your cheeks. Hopefully, she'll chalk up your strange behavior to after-ritual sickness. If not, you shudder to think what might happen to you if anyone finds out you're not Dan. There are probably 100 cultists milling around, some of them armed. Nope. Better to keep up the ruse and resort to stealth. Hopefully, at some point, you'll get used to controlling the muscles in this new body. Right now, you feel like a newborn fawn stumbling into a hunter's camp. You take a deep breath. Now, which of these tents belongs to some guy named Cygnus? Take it
The
away,
left
Jack.
one.
Have any of you seen my mom? She's a big deer that's supposed to be with. I'm Bambi.
I'll say.
Ay, Dios mío.
I have changed the map
Nah, we got a map.
so you can see the location of this valley that you're in.
Okay.
Essentially,
she's a really small valley.
yeah, look at all the meters, right? That's actually height. But
Yeah.
so
which
you-
one is Skinner's? Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, so I'll tell you that in a moment here. But this valley is clearly a dormant volcano. You gathered that even now as you're standing outside Skinner's tent. You can tell that's this looks very familiar. It's quite a lot like Tristan da Cunha, but now you have two lakes to either side of this encampment. And all around you, the valley rises up to the peak and then presumably eventually back down to the shoreline and surrounding places. So you see a series of numbers 1 through 6. Let me find the key real quick here.
Ooh, there's
So
a key?
numero uno is your tent.
Okay.
2 is the basic sort of plain or just the encamp field. Okay, so there's nothing really, just people milling around.
Okay. So
number-
these are locations, not tents.
That's correct. Yeah, it's just these are
Okay.
just areas.
Okay. Just checking.
3 is Skinner's tent. That's where you're standing outside.
Okay.
And 4 is just beyond her tent is the one that you saw the scimitar man going into or toward. That's the one with the yellow flag flying outside that has Dagon's symbol.
Got it.
Okay. 5 is the where a lot of people are eating and going in and out of. There's a lot of, so you assume that's probably either the barracks
Mess
or
hall.
the mess hall. And 6 is the black tent that you had spied,
Okay.
all by with 2 armed guards standing outside.
Got it.
Okay, and there are other smaller little structures here and there that, as you stand outside and sort of eyeball, they are clearly like storage tents and that sort of thing, but they're probably nothing of significance.
Okay. I'm going to survey the 4, 5, and 6 areas. I'm supposed to be going to interrogate, but first I'm going to go to the mess hall, which I'm assuming.
Actually, what Skinner said to you was,
Get a cup of coffee and go interrogate.
her specific instructions were, before you interrogate the stranger, Cygnus wants to see you.
Ah, okay.
That was from last session.
Shit. I don't remember anything about Dan. It's been so long.
And
Yes, and let's keep it going.
All right, I'm going to the tent with the flag flying over it, and I'm about to be locked up into the other tent that's black.
the Black Lodge.
Yep.
All right, so you stride up towards the tent, and you're standing outside. The canvas flag is flapping eerily above your head, almost as if the eye of Dagon is watching you.
Well, it is always.
And you see a few of the burly crew who are moving things to and fro in the main section there are sort of eyeballing you as you move towards this tent.
All right.
It seems like everybody is watching you.
Well, yeah, I failed. I failed the
That,
first
or
attempt.
you just look fabulous.
Well, nah. It's
Don't
Dan.
undersell yourself. I mean, Dan was pretty hot, so.
Yeah, that's true. I'd be like, anybody see my motorcycle? I have blonde hair now. So I'm going to approach like I know what I'm doing. Fake it till you make it. Mm-hmm. Walking up to the tent, and I'm here to see Cygnus.
There's nobody standing outside. So
No,
you're just talking to the flag. The flag does not answer.
I know you're watching me.
Flap, 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 flap.
What?
Personal pep talk.
Can I get those after I meet? All right. So after I meet with Cygnus, I'm going to have to get some bagels for the flag. Tell you, needy. All right, so I'm just going to knock on the flap, and I'm going to peel one flap back and head in.
All right. So every square inch of canvas inside this tent has been scrawled upon with black charcoal. Loops and whorls converging and coalescing into writhing shapes of mist and shadow. There you see an eyeball staring back at you. Here is a monstrous tentacle squeezing the life out of a misshapen city. The sketches undulate with a life of their own, transforming even as you look at it. You act as though this is the first time you've seen my artwork done. Your senses snap back to attention. The scimitar-wielding man you saw earlier is standing near a cabinet, staring back at you, a warm smile on his face, all teeth. Yet, his eyes are cold, unblinking. It has that effect on me, too. Sometimes. Father Dagon's magics, no doubt. Please sit. He indicates a stool nearby. As you move to do his bidding, you notice that the tent seems to stretch, almost like it is bigger inside than it is outside.
Time Lord technology. Wait.
I'm making tea. How do you take yours again? I forget.
God damn it. You have any coffee?
Coffee. No. The tea will do you some good, my friend.
Damn it.
Was that 1 lump or 2?
None.
Oh.
No lumps.
No lumps. You must not be feeling well enough then.
I'm still reeling from what happened before.
I see. Okay.
I need to stay clear.
Well, give me a moment I will prepare the tea. And he turns his back to you and is tinkering.
Stab him.
And he's tinkering with a teapot and a hot plate. What would you like to do while he's doing this?
I'm going to do a quick glance around the room to just surveil and see what's in the space other than the drawings on the sides of the tents.
Okay. So there is the cabinet that he was standing near, which it appears to be some sort of library. It's packed with books and scrolls and that sort of thing.
Okay, so it's a big cabinet. It's not like a filing cabinet. Okay.
Correct. Yes, it's more like a bookcase, like the one behind Zach.
Okay, cool.
But it has doors and that sort of thing.
I knew it.
Curio.
Has like a little fold-out table whereupon you could do some studying and so forth.
Zach is Cygnus.
And then beyond, further into the tent, you see a sort of partition.
Okay.
That separates the space. You assume maybe there's living quarters and maybe
Beds
some
and
other
stuff.
things back there. You're not quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you don't remember anything. Or do you?
Right. Yes, I remember it all. I'd like 2 lumps, please. And more hair dye.
Well, let me find this little section here. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm glad. I'm good.
I don't want to get poisoned by the tea. That's why I asked for coffee.
Yes,
All right.
because it's impossible to be poisoned by coffee. Everyone
True.
knows this.
Yes. See?
Jack, could you give me a psychoanalysis roll?
Good luck. You'll need
Thanks,
it.
man. Thanks.
Didn't Raiders teach you anything? You're just supposed to shoot the guy with the scimitar.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
I needed a 1. I rolled a 26.
Spend the luck.
So yeah, you
I think I don't have enough.
you unsuccessfully search your memory to see, like, have I been here before? And you come up empty. The place looks alien and strange to you.
Mm-hmm. There's aliens everywhere. All right. I'm going to pull out some charcoal and scratch lines through everything. On a tent. Nope, big X's. Nope. I'm just gonna wait for my tea.
Okay. So after probably about 60 seconds, he seems to be taking his sweet time preparing this concoction. He brings over 2 cups, very, very nice china, and hands it to you. Hands a platter to you.
Country of China?
Why don't you give me a dexterity roll?
Dex. I needed a 60. I rolled a 65, which also I have a penalty on that too.
That is correct.
Yeah, but I don't need to roll that penalty because I
Nope,
failed.
not really. So he hands you the saucer and cup of hot tea, and your hands start shaking. Just clatter, 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 clatter. And he looks at you with concern. He's like, "Oh, is the sickness still bothering you?"
Yes.
Done.
Yes, it is. I thought going back to my old ways with the alcohol would help, but it's made it worse.
Yes, that's it. It's not good for up here, the alcohol. You must take care.
I need to just stop. Is there anything you can give me to help with this? We need to meet our deadline.
Well, first the tea, my friend. That will help a great deal.
Thank you.
And let us
I
sit.
drink it.
Pour it all
over
your
my face and lower back.
Do you like airplane? I got a drinking problem. Well, I'm sure Sharon told you of the stranger who wandered in our midst.
Director Skinner?
Fuck.
Yeah, there's a stranger.
And he's sipping his tea, sort of striding back and forth in front of you. I want you to find out who he is and what brought him here. He may be of use to us. Who can say? He stops. Suddenly, hands on his hips, fingers caressing the pommel of his scimitar. And how are you, my friend? Has the sickness dissipated at all? We need you clear-headed for the ritual, and there is much to prepare. Will you be ready in 3 days hence?
I will be ready. This tea seems to be helping.
Yes, we need a much steadier hand, my friend. We don't want any slip-ups.
I agree. No more mistakes.
Why don't you give me a luck roll?
No. I'm just going to... luck roll? Come on. Can I give you a major wounds roll? Something happened. I needed a 19. Yes, 19.
No.
I rolled a 7, which is a hard success.
Well, I am happy to hear that, my friend. I would not want anything to happen to you or to us. And for Samantha's sake, if you ever wish to see her again, the ritual must go off without a hitch. That is how you say it, hitch, right?
That's correct. And I will see her again.
Yes, tell me more about Samantha, this love
How
of your
many
life.
characters am I playing?
Yes.
I'd rather get to the prisoner if you don't mind. I want to stay focused.
Oh, I understand. Well, finish your tea and see yourself out.
And then I close my eyes and try to find my way out. I am not seeing myself out. Okay,
Tent flap hit you on the way out.
I'm going to walk to the exit of the tent and look over my shoulder, and I'll be back. And then joyfully skip out.
And he appears to be ignoring you, deep in concentration, reading this one particular book in front of the cabinet, sipping his tea. But
Okay.
you do notice one of the charcoal drawings coalesces into a shape of a large eye that winks at you as you leave.
I give him the finger guns.
All right.
Wink back.
All right. We're going to switch cameras. Roy,
Action.
as you stare into the mirror at Declan's ruggedly handsome face, it feels as though the world is flipping upside down, which reminds you of that old Shelley Winters movie, The Poseidon Adventure, where a cruise ship flips upside down. Wasn't Gene Hackman in that? And oh my god, Leslie Nielsen is the captain? Mr. Naked Gun himself? Was O.J. Simpson in that too? No, you're thinking of Felton Perry and The Towering Inferno. All those 70s disaster flicks start to run together, don't they? Now, which one was Michael Caine in? Something about bees, or was it? Your runaway thoughts suddenly screech to a halt as you detect movement in the mirror. Someone behind you. The slender, shadowy form steps closer, reaching toward your shoulder, as if begging for help. The face is unmistakable. It is Raid, your 13-year-old son, the one you gave up for sacrifice to the Deep Ones when asked to choose from among all your children.
I turn around and face him.
Crying eyes
Every now and then I fall apart.
and I need you more. Okay.
And then what?
I have switched the map. And
No map.
you may need to zoom out or zoom in and scroll down to see the illuminated spaces. I have revealed
Ooh.
only certain spots.
Spoots.
There are 2 tokens for you and Rocky.
I see.
Cool. And that is the cabin that you're in.
Is it in the
we can
woods?
get to the rest of it here in a moment, but you turn around and you see Rocky staring at you with maybe not concern, but definitely curiosity. And there is no trace of your son.
Oh, thank God I didn't want to talk to him.
You all right there, Roy? It looks as if you've seen a ghost, perhaps.
Well, I thought I did, but I'm kind of going crazy over the years, so probably nothing.
Fair point.
51.
So,
Let's get
shall
outta
we?
here.
We might want to find the bridge of the ship, perhaps. At least go above deck and see if we can figure out where exactly we are.
All right.
We're gonna head out of the cabin we're in and see if we can't find stairs that go up anywhere.
All
I
right.
see them, so don't lie to me.
Yep. And we are going to take this very slowly. Give me 2 seconds here. I need to change one thing on the template, and we're good there. Chapter 9, leave row. So you are standing in this cabin. I will remind Rocky that in your haste to get Roy to a mirror, that you left everything down below beneath the engineer's desk and did not bother to look at the engineer's desk at all. So on the map, you will see you are currently on one level of the ship in a cabin. The the larger room that is revealed that says engine room casing is actually the walkway that leads down below to the main engine room. And that's where Roy was discovered. So just FYI, Tell me where you would like to go, and we'll create the story to go along with that.
Above deck.
Well, you haven't revealed that quite yet. So, Rocky, from your previous, and both of you guys actually, because Rocky essentially just dragged Roy into this cabin. There is a stairwell going up just outside the engine room railway. So, all right, guys, take it away.
Well, I haven't had a whole lot of time to scout, but if memory serves, I believe there's a stairwell right around the corner here we can use to get up. And so I'm going to kind of flashlight first, head out into the hallway towards the stairwell.
Okay. And again, you see the hallway is lit with that eerie red glow from the lights, the emergency lights behind cages. And there's water sloshing, about a 1/4 inch of water in this hallway, going back and forth with the swells of the boat. And you notice, Rocky, what we thought was a dead end to the right of the hallway. Actually, there is a hatch there. So I'm pinging that now.
Okay.
And you also know that the stairwell that you did see was right there. Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna keep heading towards the stairs to go up.
All right. So you go to the crossroads of the hallway and ignore the hatch that leads back down to the engine room where you left some items. And instead, you're going to go up the stairs. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I will reveal a couple more areas for you. Take me a second. So just above that section, you should see something be illuminated here in a moment. Bing.
Yep.
And that's about what you can see as you descend down. And so you reach the end of the hallway, and you see a hatch directly in front of you at the end of a hallway. And then, of course, it opens up behind the hallway with... and the stairs sort of double back, so they continue upwards. You have to kind of like enter into the hallway. And I guess actually, if you come up that way, you'll probably see... Oop, no, we don't want to do that. Hang on. Let me get this. There's a door right there. And you can also see this turn in the... All right, so that's what... Oops. I'm sorry, I apologize. I have to go back to my reveal areas.
Let's just start over.
Yep. Let's just quit. So episode 1.
I give up.
All right, there you go, buddy. That's what you can see. All right. So yeah, you come into this hallway where there are 2 hatches to either side. Let's say north and south, just to keep it simple.
North and south.
But then the hallway continues south and then to the east. And then from the other side, and then there's one more door that I got to reveal here. Sorry. There you go. There's a door that leads to the south in the southwest, let's say. And then that one that leads to the direct west. And so there's a bunch of hatches here. Now, there is... Remember, Rocky, that scent that you detected when you first awakened? Mm-hmm. That sort of spiced octopus? It's much stronger as you get into this hallway. You're standing in this area. It's a bit pungent. And sort of a coppery scent underneath it.
Could use some deodorant.
Yeah.
You smell something? Well, it appears the ship is slightly larger than I thought it was originally. Do you happen to have a light source on you, Roy? Or do I need to get you something?
Let me check my pockets.
Entertain you.
What he said.
I make you
Yep.
smaller.
I got a phone. Nope, that's missing. I have nothing.
All right, I'm gonna reach into Jack's bag. I'm gonna pull out a couple of glow sticks, crack them, and then kind of shake them, and then hand them over to Roy. Here, now you can at least navigate somewhat.
Sweet. Bye. And I'll run down the hallway.
I learned it from watching you.
Of course. If I take a second, can I kind of use my nose to pinpoint where the octopus smell is coming from, or is it just kind of everywhere right now?
No, it actually does appear as you're sort of walking around the stairwell, peeking up the stairs that switch back. It does appear to be coming from this end, so all the way to the west end of that hallway where that
Okay.
hatch is.
Cool. So I'm gonna start heading towards that scent, see if I can't figure out just what's going on with that.
Okay. So, yep, you head down the hallway towards that hatch. You're about right there. I got the wrong guy. Sorry. Wrong icon. How about you, Roy?
So he's going. I'll go the opposite direction. I'll sort of go that south hatch, where I can see that the hallway is continuing.
Okay, cool. So let's do Rocky first. So yeah, as you approach this hatch, it is quite clearly stronger scent here, and now you're getting some muddled. It just smells a bit like rot, along with all the other the spiced octopus and tentacles and that sort of thing.
All right. I guess I will peek through that north hatch first, see what's on the other side. Just kind of swing it open and maybe take a step or two in and kind of pan my flashlight around and see what I can see.
Okay, great. So you reach out and try the hatch. It is unlocked, and it creaks open slightly, and you flash with your glow stick, I guess. Is that it?
No, I have the flashlight still.
Okay.
Roy has the glow sticks.
That's right. Yep. So your flashlight beam is somewhat dim, but it should hold up for a little bit longer. At a certain point, we're probably gonna have to make you do some luck rolls, but we'll figure that out later. Roy, let's go ahead and reveal what you see down that hallway. So the hallway continues about another, 30 feet, let's say. And there's a door at the end of the hallway, a hatch, and one on the south wall as well. And you're standing right in front of another south hatch.
I'll go to the far one because the far one always holds the best shit.
All right, so you proceed down the hallway, and the hatch appears to be just cracked open like a quarter inch. Not enough for you to see inside, but it just appears to be unlatched.
So what do I have on me here?
Kick it open.
I'll holster the gun, like pull it out. Not holster. I'll pull it out, hold it in my hand, and kick the door in.
All right. So, Rocky, you peek inside, creakingly, into what is clearly some sort of lounge. I'll go ahead and reveal that here for you. All right. That should give you enough of a look.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a number of booths and tables in here. This looks like some place that... and actually, I'll need to reveal one more little thing here for you. Boom. There you go. There is a hatch on the upper north wall. Or, I'm sorry, west wall. towards the north. And, there are just a bunch of sort of counters. You see a coffee maker in one section in the northwest corner. But everywhere in this room are what appear to be ripped up magazines, just littering almost every surface, and a bunch of broken liquor bottles. That's what you see at a first glance. Roy,
What's up?
you peek into what is clearly another cabin. And I'm going to go ahead and reveal this polygon style. Woo, bunk. There you go. It looks kind of nice. Again, there's a bunk bed. There's a desk. There's a little closet with a curtained area that has the toilet right there in the corner. And let's see what else you see in here. There is, against the southeast corner on the wall, just above the desk, is some foreign language written in what appears to be blood. And it says, Me ayuda, eu estu no inferno. Do you read Portuguese by any chance?
I might. Let me check.
Let me think about it.
Oh, look, it suddenly showed up.
How about I hit thinking about what would be a good role for this.
Firearms.
Unless you're doing Portuguese, you probably won't be able to translate it.
Well,
Without
what if
the
I
help,
give myself a 1 and I hit a Portuguese roll?
without
Just tell him that he has to hit a 1, Jeremy. Just say
a 1. Okay, I'll give you
That's all
one.
you
If
have.
you can hit a 1,
He's done it before. Oh,
All
all
right.
Portuguese roll. I like that. So without the assistance of some sort of translation dictionary, maybe you're not quite sure what it says, but it is sort of eerie. Me ajude, eu estu no inferno.
See.
Okay.
¿Dónde está el
I have a
zapato?
journal. Can I write that down?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, I'll write it down.
Okay, I will give this to you.
Roy the investigator.
I will put this in a handout for you. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
And we'll say Portuguese.
Port, P-O-R-T. You. Please.
On wall in blood. And we'll go ahead and toss that there. Bink. And let's go ahead and do background, foreground. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom.
And I need to, I'll just go ahead and show it to the players.
Oh.
Okay. So that will be in, I'll just go ahead and toss that into the Chapter 9 Leapfrog thing. So there you go. That's for future reference if you need to translate that, if you get your hands on a translation dictionary. Okay. Would you like to do anything else, Roy?
It's a cabin. Are there boxes and chests and crap? I assume that's a bed right there.
Yep, that's the bed. The X is the double bunk bed essentially. And
Is that right chest? Like a foot chest?
this one in the corner here with a door on it is actually a locker, storage locker.
Okay, same thing.
And then it's sort of like an upright locker, like a school locker.
Yeah.
Or a C locker, I guess. And then in the southwest corner is the bathroom behind there. You know that from the other cabin.
Just do a little search for valuables.
Okay. All right.
Go on the Skyrim route and just taking anything that isn't nailed
We're
down.
basically doing
Exactly.
a dungeon raid right now, so
Kind of.
I don't know. You might want to save space in your inventory. Usually the
I
boss
can
fight
drop
drops the
some
best.
bowls and stuff if I have to.
Bowls.
Just eat 12 rolls of cheese and you'll be fine.
Nice.
Oh no, you're on a boat. This is more Monkey Island, I think. You can put
Yeah.
anything in your pants.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
probably.
And if I have to, I can like start mixing. I can start creating things out of it to make space.
But preferably
Duct
monkeys.
tape my keys to a flashlight.
Monkeys.
All right, so Rocky, you're peeking into the lounge. That's what you saw.
All right. I'm gonna back out and peek into that west hatch next.
Okay,
Just try to get a overall view of my surroundings before I really dive into stuff.
understood. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do a polygon reveal on this baby. Boom. And yes, Brian, there's a bunch of babies.
Yeah. Are they on the ceiling?
Oh yeah. All right, that should do it. And this is clearly the galley.
It says it
Very
right there.
obviously. Yep, says galley right on it. So
There's a
that's how
giant.
you
It just
know.
says galley on the floor. That's convenient.
The stench of rotting meat assails your nostrils as soon as you open the door. Covering your mouth and nose with your hand, you squint into the dimness. This room is the ship's galley, where meals are prepared. Only, this is the most disgusting kitchen you've ever seen. Bits of rancid flesh and broken bones litter the workspaces, while dried blood and ichor stain the sticky floors.
How long have we been out? Jeez. Gonna take a step back and close the door just so it doesn't stink everything up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to head back into the lounge and see if there are any scraps of magazine that are big enough to kind of discern what this was before it was ripped to shreds.
Okay. Yep. And a quick glance, you easily see that most of the magazines are pornographic.
So this was Hugh Hefner's room.
It's almost as if this was, I mean, judging by all the broken liquor bottles and pornographic magazines, it was almost like a last hurrah of sorts. I don't know.
Pleasure cruise, if you
Pleasure
will.
cruise, yes.
Oh, I will.
And
Ew.
Roy, a quick look around in everything, and just you don't really find anything of interest.
I guess the far one doesn't have the good stuff.
Said you gotta wait
I'll
for the
head
boss
back.
fight.
What kind of dungeon
Oh,
is
that's
this?
fair.
Don't forget to check for traps.
Or secret doors.
Yeah, secret doors as well.
Mm-hmm.
Roll an insight check. Wait.
Dig under the stairs.
Is there anything that could be uncovered by a spot?
Go ahead and roll.
It doesn't matter. I
Nope.
needed a 70. I got a 77. That's a fail.
So yeah, it
For
just appears like
shame.
this is it's actually in pretty good condition. So it doesn't even appear that anybody's been in here a while. So there's not even a whole lot of personal items or anything of interest.
Just
I'll
porn
head
magazines.
back out in the hallway and go back to the hatch that's closest to where I am now.
Okay, cool. And Rocky, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna back out and I guess head up to the next floor. Now that I figured out what that stench was, I'm still very much interested in figuring out where the fuck I am.
Okay. So Roy, you hear Rocky sort of come out of a room that he was exploring, and you hear his footfalls on the metal staircase rungs as you peek into the Twilight Zone. No. Into yet another cabin, much like the one that you saw yourself in the mirror. Declan's face, anyways. And again, this is another two-man cabin. And in here, it looks pretty much normal except for one thing. There is a pyramid in the middle of the floor, 4 feet high, made of beer cans.
Snap a picture of that for Instagram.
I'll sort of inspect that. I
Kick
guess
it down. Kick
that's
it
my
down.
plan. That's my plan.
All right.
I was trying to trick the listeners into thinking I wasn't gonna kick it down, and now you ruined it, Matt.
That's what brothers are for.
All right.
I'll
So you,
sweat, and then I'll go ahead. What?
oh, I would say you enter in cautiously, approaching the pyramid of beer cans, and as Rocky goes up the stairs,
He
to-
gets shot.
to the next level and gets shot. Piece of shit.
Shots.
Shots.
And you find yourself on the upper deck, Rocky.
Upper decker.
Upper decker. You love it.
The upper decker.
I'll go ahead and reveal what you can see. Let's see. I think that'll actually. Let me get boom. I need to do polygon reveal. Do. Yep. So, yep. This is slightly different. I think that's gonna be.
It appears I've gone blind. I don't see anything.
Yes. So you are sort of in this. I don't know what you would call that on a ship, but it's an interior section that leads out onto the. So it's like a structure. There you go.
Okay.
Right. So you're in this structure that you know is good. You can hear the wind and the rain outside, just outside those hatch doors, to the north and south, and you can hear you can feel a bit more substantially the pitch and roll of the ship as it goes through the waves. So
I think he's in a whale.
he's inside. You're in the belly of a whale. Yes, Pinocchio.
That would make a lot of sense.
He's Pinocchio. Let's go back to Roy real quick. So, what would you like to do? Observation room. Not really, Sam. Bifford says observation room, and this isn't. We're not quite there. That's at the middle of the ship. He's at the fore of it. I think.
At the five.
Maybe even the aft. I'm not sure. This is actually the aft. I think. Anyways,
The bad ass.
so Roy, you're approaching this 4-foot pyramid of beer cans.
What kind of beer?
It is Shemp's brand lager.
All right. I'll jump on it and smash all the cans.
All right, so you jump on it, and you immediately just bounce off it and roll to the ground. It appears to be a solid structure.
Magic.
So you're a bit bruised up, but you don't take any hit points. Maybe it's because you're in this weird body that you didn't quite hit it with the excellent wrestling moves that Roy is known for.
That's definitely the case.
That's got to be it. Declan's not quite the WrestleMania.
I'll try and pick up the top can just with my hand.
It's like almost as if it's welded in place. It's immovable.
You're not
So now we
worthy.
just need unstoppable force to get this immovable object.
Okay, so I'll go out into the hallway
Oh God.
and come back in and try and do a baseball slide into it.
So you pick yourself up, turn around thinking, I'm going to slide into this thing. Start to take one step out into the hallway, and you hear a clatter of cans behind you.
Yeah, that's right. I did that.
And a Shemp's brand lager empty can rolls to the base of your feet. Let's go back to Jack.
I have to scroll. Okay.
Scroll for your life.
So I was exiting the tent. Winking. Finger guns.
Yep. And now you're standing outside.
Yep. So I'm going to go straight over to the black tent where the 2 guards are posted.
Okay. And as you stride towards them, they're sort of eyeballing you suspiciously. But when you get within 15 feet, they give you a nod of their head and step aside and part the flaps for you.
Ooh, that's nice. I enter those flaps.
Inside the black tent, the air is stifling. A single pole stands at the center, against which has been placed a chair with its back to the entrance. Sitting on the chair is a person in a dirty, cheap tan suit with a black hood over his head. The man's hands have been cuffed behind him, securing him to the pole. Otherwise, the tent appears to be a catch-all for storage, with boxes, crates, and steamer trunks stacked everywhere.
I'm going to walk around him.
And as you enter the tent,
I was already in.
the flaps close behind you.
Flap, 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 flap.
Behind you, behind you, behind you.
Like a saloon door. They're just boom, 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 boom.
How can I get you? Okay, so I'm going to walk around the prisoner, looking them up and down to see if there's anything that looks familiar to me.
And Carl, you hear someone pacing around. It's hard
Coral.
hard to see through the hood, but you hear someone pacing around.
Is this how you treat all tourists to your island? Come on. What are you doing to me here?
I don't say anything. I keep walking around and checking out, hoping that something sparks a memory.
Go ahead and give me a spot hidden, Jack. Dan.
Sam. Just throw them all in there. I needed a 77. I rolled a 35. Again, that's hard.
All right. So, yeah, you're sort of looking around, hoping to spark some sort of memory at all these crates and boxes and things, like just asking yourself, have I been here before?
Right.
And you notice that one of the steamer trunks is slightly ajar.
It's not a jar, it's a trunk.
So, keeping quiet, not saying a word, I'm going to mosey on over there and open it up.
Inside, you see
Samantha. No.
it appears to be a pack of some sort, like a sort of like a duffel bag pack.
Okay. Going to kneel to one knee. I'm assuming it's on the ground.
Take a knee.
Yep. Which one? The middle one. I'm going to unzip the bag just halfway and peel it open.
And Carl, you hear a very sensuous zip.
Whoa.
You ready for your
I
interrogation?
Didn't come to the Atlantic for that. Can you at least give a guy some water? You've been here for hours. At least say something.
You hear another zipper. Here's your water.
And Jack, inside the duffel bag, you see the first thing you see is this crumpled pork pie hat that sort of matches the suit that the other guy's wearing.
Okay.
The prisoner. Good. And you see a collapsible asp, a blackjack.
Yep.
And what appears to be some sort of recorder, like a dictaphone kind of thing.
Watch your mouth.
And looks like a camera and another suit that matches what the gentleman is wearing.
So I put the suit on with a pork pie hat. And I say, quick, switch. You're Dan now.
Switcheroo? You saying switcheroo?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to walk over.
I switched to Portuguese and say the same thing.
Okay, you hear this foreign language coming out of the prisoner's mouth?
No habla español, señor. I don't know. Portuguese speaks some form of Spanish, I believe.
I was going to say.
That's so racist.
It is?
That's so
Raven.
racist. Oh,
But somebody from Portugal would be able to recognize that, I would think. Anyway, I'm going to walk up behind the prisoner and
Zip.
stay behind the prisoner.
that's not a
and
finger.
pull the hood off.
Okay. And Carl, you can now see.
Look around, like squinting my eyes, like suddenly have a little bit of light. I'm assuming in here.
Yeah, there's a little bit coming in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, I just walked up the path. What are you guys doing? Just
Put the hood back on. No, I'm just kidding. Why are you here?
just here to take some pictures. Just here
Pictures
to
of
as a
what?
tourist. Nothing important. Nothing important. There's no need for this. If I went someplace I wasn't supposed to, willing to go back. I didn't see anything.
So you won't tell anyone if we let you go? You promise?
You have my solemn word.
Well, all right, then. I undo the handcuffs and send him on his way. Do you know what's happening here?
I don't know anything about anything going on up here.
Where are you from?
The U.S.
Whereabouts?
Pretty much all over, but coming from Chicago, definitely don't have any issues with you guys here. But you don't sound like a local either.
How do you know that?
You're not speaking Portuguese, and there's no accent.
He has a slight Boston accent, actually.
And you sound like you're one of those Bostonians.
Can you get my car?
No, but there's plenty of water around here.
Water.
And
What
with,
are you talking about?
and with your good ear, Carl, you probably peg him for probably like Rhode Island or something.
Yeah, just hearing a little bit of that Rhode Island in there. But what are you
Yeah.
doing here? I mean,
Please-
if you
please
don't
don't.
mind untying me.
Please don't peg me.
Well, he's tied up. It'd be kind of difficult.
Well, I have a key.
Heard something about you and ball gags too. I'm just,
True.
but no, come on, just man, I didn't mean to come up here. I know I'm not supposed to be up here, but you just let me go if you don't mind.
You stumbled onto something that you cannot get out of. And
Well-
I have no idea how to get out of it either.
Maybe we're in the same position then.
Well, you're sitting. And I'm standing. So hold on. I grab a chair. There. Now we're in the same position.
You didn't put your hands behind your back though.
Oh, I did. You just can't see me. I'm behind you. I hook myself to him and hand. There. All right. Now let's talk.
Now we have Midnight Run. This is great.
Seriously, though, I think we're in a peculiar situation.
Are you? I look at him kind of suspiciously. You know anything about some fish cult in the area?
I think that's what we're in the middle of. They think I'm somebody I'm not.
Maybe we should both get out of here then.
You know what? That was my first thought. I don't think we're going to get far. Do you have anything or know of anything that can help us get through this, get out of this, get over this, get under it?
Or you could get into it.
I had directions to where I was headed to. I don't know if that's where I ended up. Are we up by some lakes on top of the mountain?
We're right in the middle.
Oh,
Well, you're at the end of one, but yeah, we're right there. What is the significance of these lakes?
that's kind of why I'm here checking it out. I don't know, but at least I know how to get back to town.
There's a town?
You don't know where you're at?
Honestly, I do not.
We are way off the beaten path, my friend. But yes, there's a town not far from here.
And how did you get here? Do you have a boat that we could leave with?
I might have hitched a ride on a cruise ship, but there is a lot of touristy traffic around here.
Okay. So we're not that far from civilization.
No, I think I walked about halfway up the mountain before, lights went out and I found myself here.
They're speaking of the world ending in 3 days, and I'm in charge of that somehow.
Can I just give a suggestion? Don't.
He has a point, and it is a very compelling argument.
Here's my concern. If I don't, somebody else will.
So how did you end up here if you don't know where you're at or what's going on?
You know what? I don't know you well enough to divulge that. But you have to trust that I'm not with them.
It would go a long way if you untied my hands.
I don't think I can do that at this time.
Incapable
It would divert
or
attention.
don't want to.
I do not want to. It would divert attention immediately. And then we'd both be dead.
Just to help you out maybe, and maybe put us a little bit on the same ground. Is any of my actually, do I see that crate with my stuff in it in front of me, or was it kind of behind me?
No, it was in front of you, and you see it is open, and you can see sort of like just the tip of your hat poking out.
I actually just kind of nod towards the pile of stuff. I was like, if you look on my camera, I did take some pictures on the way up here and from the town. If you take a look at that, I'm trying to put a olive branch out here.
Okay.
I don't exactly want to stay here either, especially if the world's about to end in a couple days.
I'm going to go back over to the bag and fish through and try to find the... Before I do that, I'm actually going to apologize. Sorry about this. And put the hood back on. just in case someone looks in. I don't want them to be like, just trying to cover the bases.
All right, so yeah, you the hood goes back on.
Yeah.
I don't know if someone would look in and go,
Yeah, but you don't know they're fish people, bruh.
That's true.
Hey, you are supposed to be interrogating me, I think.
Right. True.
So just make some oof noises.
Oh! So once I put the hood back on, I'm going
Don't put it
to
there.
hit the post above his head as hard as I can.
Ooh, okay, nice little knock. You feel it reverberate behind you.
Oh.
Carl.
just stab him.
I try to act like somebody hit me. Oh,
Ouchie.
Nice.
Oof,
right.
Now
ouch,
I'm over
owie.
to the bag and pull out the camera.
All right, yep, and it's a pretty decent digital camera, but probably like something you probably got on eBay, for cheap.
Of course. I mean, this guy. So I'm going to cycle through the photos quickly until I see something that looks familiar to the island.
Sure.
I probably would have just taken some like touristy type pictures that I would take on the way
Yeah.
up, but
All right, why don't you go give me a spot hidden there, Jack?
Ooh, a seagull.
Oh, so good. Jonathan Livingston.
I needed a 77. I rolled a 26. Again, that's very hard.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
you're on a roll.
you do
It's
see
spot hidden.
a series of pictures that clearly illustrate let's say a passage via cruise ship across a great distance, and then there's these photos of this old lady. She
you
looks like
might
she's-
not want to go all the way back. Just the first couple pictures were local.
Call me like one of your French girls.
And she's this really well dressed and bejeweled woman who appears to be in her mid 70s, and she's it's almost as if someone had it's a different composition, so it's almost like someone took the pictures other than this prisoner. It looks a little bit different, like almost like just someone grabbed it real quick and took some snapshots. But as you scroll through, then it clearly is
Bad selfies.
his story sort of
Duck face everywhere.
holds up, and you do see this series of photos within this clearly a tourist town on an island someplace, and then a series of photos from what appears to be a truck, from inside of a truck. A couple snapshots of some Portuguese road signs. Clearly, the angle is going up, so the truck was traveling uphill. And then you sort of come back around to the beginning of the photographs, and you see this what appears to be a news desk, and you catch with your great spot hidden roll a nameplate that says Carl Kolchak Jr. on it.
Where's your dad?
I'm not sure if I know you well enough to discuss that.
Just gonna pull the hood off and
Did
go.
I never got his name, did I? I never got his name.
And
okay.
vice versa.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to pull the hood back up and off. So, Carl, it looks like most of what you said checks out. You're a
As
reporter,
you know, my name's
aren't you?
Carl.
You're a reporter.
I may have written a few stories.
Well, I don't think you get this published in 3 days.
Well, then all we have to have is you not destroy the world, and we could.
But I'm the destroyer of worlds. I have to do it. It's in my genes. Oh, I could take those off.
Or you can hit your head on this post until you're no longer concerned.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Put the hood back on. Just find his lips and go under the hood.
And
All
Jack,
right,
that's when you hear from outside the tent, from what sounds like a bit further away. Hello, Mr. Williams. Don, my boy, come. Squab soup.
Gross.
And we'll cut back to Rocky and Roy.
Aw.
Is that how Portuguese people sound?
I guess.
I don't know.
Our podcast is horrible. We're so sorry.
Give me a break. I'm trying my best. So, Rocky, you find yourself on the upper deck, not the observation room, but sort of the aft castle, I guess it would be. Mm-hmm. This is towards the back of the boat, back of the ship. But there are two hatches which lead outside, beyond which you can hear stormy weather.
Ooh.
Gonna take a moment to brace myself, and then I'm gonna slowly push open that north hatch and see if I can't kind of hide behind it for cover from the rain.
Okay, yeah. Essentially, you can hide behind it a little bit because the boat's heading in that other direction. I'll go ahead and reveal to you what you can see. If I got the right thing here. Bing. Ooh, why is it not working?
It's because you're using Bing.
Bing. Oh, I'm doing the... I got to do a polygon reveal. Sorry about that. All right, so let's do
You
that.
should be.
I am. I'm ashamed. And delighted.
Should be able to see the entirety of the top deck.
See, that's the problem with these. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's good. Boom. Okay, we can do down to here, I think. Boom. 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 And when I say boom, I mean come back to my room.
Oh.
Okay, I think this will work. Yep, this actually works pretty good. Double click. Boom. How's that?
Boom.
Nice.
All right, there's a couple. Let me just get a couple more reveal-y types here. Reveal areas. Please don't draw on there.
I hit the wrong button.
And boom. And boom. And
I don't know how to erase it.
I got it. Boom. Okay, so that's what you see. Don't just ignore most of those words on there. Although I think they're okay, but they're just not that important. So you're clearly at the looking out onto the aft or rear of the boat. You see a gigantic winch near a giant structure, along with some barrels and that sort of thing. And sort of peeking around, you can get the impression that the actual you can look above and see the observation section in the middle of the ship, a bit further away. It's sort of separated from this, so you can't just sort of stride into the other part of it. You have to use a series of ladders and stairwells to get there. But, Rocky, you do see standing just a little bit away. Let's put it to the north of the winch. What appears to be a man, drenched, rained upon, but looking sort of forlornly behind the boat at the water and swells as the engine trudges through the darkness and rain. And a stroke of lightning, electric heat lightning, sheet lightning up in the clouds, illuminates momentarily. And you can see the man has no left arm.
Deodorant.
Roy, the beer can rolls against your feet, almost mocking you.
Almost.
You're worthless.
Almost.
You think you're better than me?
Pick the can up and crush it against your forehead. That'll show it who's boss.
I'll go in there and see if there's anything like in the beer can rubbles. And as I'm passing, I'll take a look at one of the cans and be like, Curly's better anyway.
Yeah, so the cans are now completely disassembled and rolling around on the floor. And it doesn't appear to have revealed anything. They're just sort of rolling all independently.
All right. It didn't reveal anything. As I'm walking out the door, I'll smash one with my boots.
And it easily collapses underneath your military-grade boots.
And I guess I'll move on to the next room because that was just annoying. If there's nothing to find, I guess I'll hit a spot hidden.
As you turn to leave the room, the beer can that you crushed actually stuck to your boots. So it's sort of like, bent
Starts
around your
dancing.
boot.
I'll just leave it.
Okay, as you stumble,
Your boot?
you're like going clomp, tink, clunk, tink, clunk, tink.
Now the whole ship knows you're here.
Good.
And almost in an answer, you hear a hatch creak open from further down the hallway. And that's it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes.
Shoot it off your boot.
Tune in next time as we play another reel of the Lovecraft Tapes. All right, any thoughts, theories? What's going on?
I'm screwed.
I'm on a boat.
That's a good thought.
Uh,
The
Or a
guy
ghost
who's about
ship.
to attack me is definitely a dead kid.
Oh, like Raid, you mean?
He just wants a hug. Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Raid.
Hugs. Soon we'll all eat hugs.
Hugs, not drugs, kids.
I disagree.
All right. Now it's time for some hashtag recommendos. Please roll D100.
These 100s.
I rolled a 2.
For the game.
I rolled an 11.
Rolling the dice.
3.
All right, so let's see. We're waiting on Zaki.
Sorry, it's running slow for some
Yep,
reason.
that's fine. I had a
It
little
does
bit of
that.
lag too.
It does that sometimes.
It's because we all hit them at the exact same time.
Yeah, roll
Yeah.
20 is not the best. No offense, roll 20, but all right. Oh, we got a roll off between Gabe and Zach. So roll that again, please. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I think Gabe's gonna win.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Come on.
Freak.
Who's your daddy?
Freak out.
Looks like a 77. So Zach, you're gonna start us off, followed by Gabe, followed by me, followed by Brian, and Matt's gonna go last. So Zach, start us off, buddy.
Well, listening to your guys' last episode, I know everybody was talking. Well, you guys were talking about the boys, which I do highly recommend as an awesome series. But I will say that it's nothing compared to Rising Stars, written by J. Michael Straczynski, creator of Babylon 5. One of the best, way better than the boys type of story. Very similar, regular people with powers. Corrupt individuals, people with flaws, none of this DC superhero stuff, but it incredibly is all about the death of one superhero and then realizing as one dies they all get stronger, and the corruption of the government. It's well thought out. It's an awesome volume. It tells one holistic story, and again, but from the creator of Babylon 5, so it's well written. He's an awesome guy. So strongly, it was written back in 1999 is when it first came out. So if you like the boys, check out Rising Stars.
Nice.
All right, beautiful. Yeah, that sounds great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, Gabe, I think you're next, buddy.
I'm gonna hit you with a card game today.
Ow! God, why
Jerk.
so violent.
Yep. It's called We Didn't Play Test This at All. It's a party game, fast-paced. Basically, the goal of the game is to win, and if you lose, you don't win. So there are like cards. Sometimes you'll draw a card and be like, "Oh, you drew this card, you lose." Then there are cards where everybody play rock paper scissors. If you throw scissors, you lose. Basically, you're playing cards to try and get everyone around you to lose. And there's so many different forms of doing that, like put your finger up to your nose. Anybody who copies you loses. Things like that. It's a great party game. It's fast paced. You can get through a whole game in about 5 minutes. But also, if you get someone who is like lucky enough, it could go for up to 20 minutes.
Oh wow!
You get a party. It's fun. And there's also a lot of room where a lot of the times you can create your own cards, and therefore that'll add to the mischief. Because you could be doing things like I have a card that says like say bruh. Anybody else that says bruh loses.
Bruh.
So
hey,
that's
you lose.
Just lost.
Whoever wins, we all lose.
So that's We Didn't Play Test This at All.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. All right. Well, my recommendo for today is music. And specifically a band called Street Cleaner. They are a synth artist band with songs like The Fog or Enemy Territory or Neon Horizon, and albums named Payback or Annihilation or Hardware. These could be soundtracks to Escape from New York or Drive or some obscure 80s sci-fi splatterfest. What I like most about this kind of music is it is great to have on in the background with your headphones on while you try to write, let's say, a podcast, for instance. The lack of lyrics for most of these instrumental synth songs helps me focus on my words while maintaining a certain mood, whether that's horror, science fiction, or just, in this case, existential dread. It is available on Google Play Music, where I have created a synth playlist that I'm happy to share out with anyone who wants to listen. So drop me a note, and I can share that out on Google Play Music. And cool. There's plenty of other bands with the same thing. Meteor is another one. I think there's one called Wolf Cop, or maybe it's Wolf something. I can't remember what. But of course, anything by Carpenter is amazing as well. So I just need stuff that has no lyrics so I can focus. And in this case, it is Street Cleaner is my latest find. So
very nice.
All right, Brian.
Mine is Street Cleaner. It's a cleaner that cleans your roads. Mine is actually AMC Stubs. It's a movie subscription that you can get. It's specific to AMC theaters, but it can go around the entire country of the United States. So sorry about people that I don't think it extends. I don't think AMC is out of the country. It's $20 for a month service, and you can see up to 3 movies a week every week for that month. And it includes everything that they offer: IMAX, 3D, anything like that. I tried it, and we bought our first movie ticket to go see, I believe it was a Spider-Man.
I believe it was Spider-Man was the first thing we saw with it.
In IMAX 3D, which is a $17 ticket price. And we had purchased the stubs for $20, so it was $0. Which was kind of nice. Since then, I've saved over $45 in the movies I've seen over the last month. I wanted to test it out for the full month service before I gave a recommendo for it. But other than the theater itself, maybe needing updated seating and stuff like that, the movies and everything, the customer service, everything was on spot with the theater itself, and the program is really good. So I suggest trying it out for a month. There's no contract. You can do month to month, or you can just buy 1 month and call it good. That's AMC Stubs. Check it out.
All right. And finally, Matthew. Wakey, eggs and bacon.
Hey. More indie goodness this week, but this time around it's something that doesn't show up too often anymore, because the game I'm recommending is an absolutely beautifully hand-animated, side-scrolling point-and-click adventure game. It's called Gibbous, a Cthulhu adventure. And it takes place across 3 separate protagonists. Basically, you start out as Detective Don archetype, and you get hired by a cult out of the city of Darkham to find the Necronomicon for them. However, before he can complete that, he goes to the Darkham Library and meets your second protagonist, a guy named Buzz. And before he can really find that book, he gets kidnapped, which leaves Buzz all alone. He ends up finding the Necronomicon, taking it back to his apartment, where he makes the standard Necronomicon mistake of reading it out loud. And he makes a wish, and all of a sudden his cat, who he calls Kitty, is now able to talk to him. And of course this greatly upsets the cat, because being humanized is a much of a downgrade from being a cat. So the adventure revolves around you trying to, you as Buzz, trying to find someone who can help get your kitty back to normal, and as Don trying to stop these cults from, ending the world. And it's a really well done point and click. You don't see a lot of them nowadays, and it gets double bonus points that the whole thing is like hand animated and sort of like a Disney style. So it's an absolutely gorgeous game to look at. The humor is on point, has some really interesting puzzles here and there, and it's really worth a look.
Very cool.
Yeah, Gibbous, a Cthulhu adventure. It's on Steam right now, and it's only $20.
Ooh,
boom. Okay.
Nice.
Awesome.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's it for this episode of Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Music, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, or anywhere you download your regular podcasts. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at thelovecrafttapes.com with links to all our hashtag recommendos and social media channels, including Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, our Discord server, where you can chat with us in real time.
Or is it?
Or is it? We don't know. It's unreal time. You can find me on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes.
And if anybody wants to give me a quick primer on ships, I'm on Twitter at The Real Weird Kid.
Good.
And if anybody wants to make fun of my lack of social media usage, you can find me at Lovecraft Game.
And you can find me at Brian Podcast, and of course on Discord.
And you can only find me here because I'm even worse at social media than Gabe.
All true stuff. Until next time, roll for 5. What's 5?
Roll 5.
Oh, I actually like that. Roll for 5. Because we have 5 players. I like that. Nice. All right. That's going to do it. Thanks for watching on YouTube. We'll stop the stream
thank you.
now.